The definitions for this chapter are flexion, which is basically like a curl, extension, which is like a tricep extension, you're extending away from your body, rotation, which is just like a rotate around a cylinder, abduction, which means goes away from your body, adduction, which means comes into your body, supination, which means toward the body, so like a supination right here. A pronation would be like going away from you right here. Circumduction, which means moving a limb in a circular motion, which would be like this. Elevation, which just means to raise up, so like a shoulder elevation. And then a depression would be just to raise it down. An inversion, which means your foot points in. And an eversion, which means your foot points out. Okay, and now to do an example for each body part. For the neck flexion, just comes down like this. This is neck flexion. Neck extension, go back. Neck rotation, side to side. And now for the hip, we're going to go flexion, which for the hip would be just to raise up for the hip. And then we're going to go hip extension, would just be to go down. Hip abduction would be just like this. So it'd be going the away motion. Hip adduction, which is coming into the body, would be start out here and then come in. Start out here and come in. Hip circumduction is just the your hip is staying in place while you're moving it, like so. Your hip is working. And now for the knee flexion. So for the knee, it would start here and come down. Knee extension would raise up. And that's it for the knee. Your trunk flexion is here, coming down like an ab crunch. Extension would just be to go back, like you see in the weight room, they have that machine. Trunk rotation from side to side. And that's it for trunk. The next one would be shoulder. Shoulder flexion would just be coming into your body like this. Shoulder extension would just be going back like this. Shoulder abduction would be to start here and go away from your body. Shoulder adduction would be here and coming in for your shoulders. And then shoulder circumduction would be like this movement because your shoulder is moving. And then a shoulder elevation would just be here, raising up. And then a shoulder depression would just be coming down. An ankle flexion would be going down. An ankle extension coming up. And an ankle inversion is a foot pointing in. And an ankle eversion is a foot pointing out. An arm extension is just here, coming down, like a tricep extension. An arm supination would be toward the body, coming up like this. An arm pronation would be an opposite way, just going straight up and down. And that's it for the arm. And a shoulder, we already covered the shoulder. So that is it for this assignment.